Hey guys, welcome back and welcome to part 2 of my 2017 favorites videos. Yes, I'm filming this on the same day and I changed my t-shirt to make it look like it's on different days. So in today's video, I'm gonna be going over primers, brow products, glitters, pigments, eyeliners, mascaras, setting sprays, and eyeshadow palettes. I forgot to include setting sprays in my last video, so I thought I'll just include it in this one, like why not? And you know what, let's actually get setting sprays out of the way first. So let's go ahead and start. So the first setting spray that I have used probably 15 bottles of, I'm not even exaggerating, I've been using this for about 5 years now, is the MAC Fix Plus spray. 14th bottle, I don't even know. More, because I've done like 5 or 6 back to MACs with just these. This has got to be my go-to setting spray of choice. Now this is not marketed as a setting spray, this is marketed as a hydrating mist. However, in saying that, you can use it to set your makeup. It won't make your makeup last any longer or anything like that, but what it does is it really works to marry all of the powder that's on your face into your skin. So I find that when I use this and I just kind of go over the top, it will just give my skin the most gorgeous glow ever. This also has cucumber and green tea and stuff like that in it as well, so it's really soothing for the skin. So if you're having a reaction, spray some Fix Plus. I honestly use this to dampen down eyeshadows, to make them more pigmented. I use this for fucking everything and it's amazing. Now if you have oily skin, listen up. These next two actually are such amazing setting sprays if you have oily skin. So what it's gonna do is it's gonna set your makeup in even more. It's gonna hold a lot better and it's also going to dry any oils that come on the surface of the skin. So this is the Nikkia Joy and Gerard Cosmetics Slay All Day in Rose. As you can see, I've used like over half the bottle now and this is amazing. It smells, oh my god. It smells like roses. And the one thing that I love about the rose scent is that it's not too crazy over the top scented. Like the peach one, oh my god. The peach one, for example, I've tried to love and it just doesn't like, oh my god, it's just so fucking strong. Whereas the rose one is so nice and subtle, it kind of matches my eyeshadow now that I think of it. I really like using this underneath my makeup as well, so I'll kind of spray my entire face, wait a minute, powder wherever I need to, like wherever I get really oily, then put my foundation over the top, then pop this over the top once you're done, and your skin is Gucci. The next one is the Urban Decay All Nighter. I don't really think I need to speak about this because every Tom, Dick, and Harry uses this on YouTube, but I now know why, because it's fucking amazing. I'm gonna get some of this as well. I do prefer the scent of Fix Plus or the Nikkia Joy, like the rose one, because this smells like shit, but it does a really good job at holding your makeup on. This is just another favorite. I've been going back to this time and time again. Really helps to soak in any powders, kind of like Fix Plus, but it has more staying power because it does have alcohol and that kind of stuff in it. So if you have dry skin, maybe steer clear. Urban Decay have other ones as well, so it's up to you which one you get. Okay, so moving on to brows. This year has definitely been a transformation in brows. I've really been kind of paring back the amount of brow products that I use. Not for anything, but I just find that less is more with brows, especially because I naturally have like quite full brows as they already are. So sometimes when I get too excited with the brow pencil, it gets a little bit out of hand. But the Benefit Precisely my brow pencils, yes, I have 3 here, I know I'm fucking extra, have been my absolute favorite this year. I can't even describe to you how amazing these brow pencils are. So right now I'm wearing 3 at the front and then 6 at the back, but I also have 5 for my non-makeup days, if that makes sense. So when I want to look really natural and I don't want to look like ombre faded and all that shit, then I just go in with 5, chuck it towards the back and blend it very lightly through the front, get the spoolies, blend it all out, and you're good to go. So if you guys are looking for a brow pencil, these are fucking amazing. They don't move, and by the way, you get like a cap on the end as well. I just rip it off and throw it in the bin because it's just so much easier to like. Okay, so now I just realized that these are all fucking Benefit products. So yeah, my next brow product is the Benefit KaBrow. I'm in the shade 6. I've actually got this on today just here to kind of define that outer edge and to kind of sculpt out the brows a little bit more. I freaking love the fact that you get a brush on the end of it. I use this brush all the time because it is so petite and so tiny. You can get like a really precise line, and especially if you want to draw brow hairs, this is fucking everything. I know that Huda Beauty actually also likes to use the shade number 3 to contour her nose, which sounds crazy, but it looks amazing, and her nose is like snatched at all times. So whatever Huda does, I'ma do. For brow gels, you can go with either one of these. Honestly, like it really doesn't make a difference, but I find that these are just amazing. The first one is the Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter. I've never worn my brows for 24 hours. I don't recommend anyone does for 24 hours because that's kind of fucked up. But this is honestly like super glue for your brows. Once you put this on, it does not come off. They do go a little bit shiny, which I'm not a fan of. But honestly, Benefit freaking slayed this formula. The formula of this is so good. And my brows, I have stubborn wog Italian brows. So when I put the brow gel on, I want it to stay in place, and everything stays in place. It doesn't move. It's freaking amazing. Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel. I find that this has pretty equal staying power, maybe a little bit less staying power than the Benefit one. However, this does have significantly less shine to it. Once this is on, it does not come off. So these are kind of the same, but this has more shine and more staying power. This has less shine and like a tad less staying power. So it's up to you on what you want. Okay, so finally moving on to eyes. I'm so like hot. It's so hot in here under these lights, guys. Like I'm about to pass out. So for eye bases, I've pretty much only used 2 for this entire year. That is of course the MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot. This is like a no-brainer. It is one of my favorite of all time. This is like my 3rd pot of it because I just go through it so quickly. It's perfect for canceling out any darkness, any veins, any redness, any hyperpigmentation that's on the eyes. You can even use this like on the skin and then color correct over the top if you really need to, because this is so full coverage. This is the MAC 24-Hour Extend Eye Base. I actually use this today as well. So there are 2 ways that I use this. I use this like all over the lid, like before I put on like any eyeshadow, and then I'll set it down with some powder, pop my eyeshadows on, and like you're done pretty much. Or what I usually do is I use soft ochre, pop it all over my eyes because you obviously get that coverage, so I'll get rid of any discoloration. And then I do my eyeshadows. Then when it comes to applying these shimmery lid shades, I'll get some of this, pop it on the back of my hand, and then I'll dab it over the top, get my eyeshadow, dab it straight over, and this is the amount of pigmentation. Hold on, let me actually show you. Put a little bit on the back of my hand. So I'm gonna take my pointer finger, has no product on it. I'm gonna grab some of this. I'm gonna put it on a place that has no primer. So that's it there. It's pretty pigmented, as you can see. But then when you put it over a primed surface, I just find that it has so much more pigment, it's so much more reflect to it. I don't think the camera is doing it justice, honestly, because you can see it so much more in person than like the other one. These have been my absolute go-to this entire year, maybe like mid to end of the year, and I've used them in every single video. These are the Stila Magnificent Metals liquid eyeshadows, and these, by far the easiest glitters to work with. Whoever made this formula is a fucking genius, because they go on like a liquid and then they set on their own. A couple of swipes gives you the most metallic finish. The only thing with these guys that you have to be careful, when you put them on, you can't like look up and like you roll your eyes and whatever the fuck. You kind of have to keep on looking down. That way it doesn't transfer to your crease. I find that if you like crunch your eyes together, or if you blink too much or whatever, it can get a little bit crumbly in the inner corner, especially if you have like fine lines there like I do. Don't layer this too much though. Do not layer it too much or you'll fuck yourself up. So the silver is called Diamond Dust, the gold is Gold Goddess, and then this one here is like the perfect rose gold. It's called Kitten Karma. Fuck me up, it's amazing. Okay, so now moving on to eyeliners for this year. Now, the one that I've been using in all my tutorials, I can't get enough of it. I've actually run out and I'm freaking the fuck out because I don't know where else I can get it, because it's always sold out whenever I look for it. But anyway, this is the NYX Matte Liquid Liner, and this is by far the blackest liquid liner I've ever used. I can layer this and it doesn't go fucked. It is just beautiful. I've tried the Sigma one, like the precision ink liner, whatever the fuck it's called. That was an absolute mess when I tried to layer it once. This doesn't do that. This is such an amazing formula. I really, really like it. It's more of a brush tip applicator, which I prefer personally when I'm doing my wing, that I can like flick it right up and it just looks stunned. I can't really do felt tip pens anymore. Like I've tried to go back to it because I've run out of this, and I just, nah. Moving on to pencil liners, my absolute favorite white is MAC Fascinating. I've used this for the past like 3 years or so. Can't get enough of it, does not come off. I set it with white eyeshadow just to make sure it doesn't come off, and it usually doesn't. It usually lasts really, really well on me. But yeah, it's just such a really, really good white shade. Very pigmented as well. My favorite black is of course Smolder by MAC as well, and as you can see, it's black AF, and I'm running low on this one as well. I really need to get more. However, I think next time I want to get Feline. I think that Feline actually has more black pigment in it that makes it look even darker, so I'm gonna go for that one. And then my favorite nude eyeliner of 2017 was the KaBrow Cosmetics Swimmables eyeliner in Secret Beach. And that's what the shade looks like there. Perfect for the waterline, perfect for every day, especially if you're like really, really, really tired. I find that just popping this in my waterline and popping some white on the inner corner of my eye makes me look so much more awake and alert than I actually am. If you've watched any of my videos this year, you would have seen me use this, and you know how much I fucking adore this mascara. It is so freaking good. Maybelline Colossal Big Shot. It is perfect for lengthening and volumizing. It holds a curl pretty well. I wouldn't say it's the best for holding a curl, but it doesn't really bother me because my lashes are pretty okay. Like they kind of take mascara really, really well anyway. And the other one that I have is the TheBalm Mad Lash Mascara. I actually received this just recently, like probably like 3 or 4 months ago, in a goodie bag at an event, and I fucking love this mascara. Really good for lengthening. These two as a combo, bomb as fuck. So finally, Of course we have eyeshadow palettes. So some of my favorite eyeshadow palettes, you guys are probably gonna be shocked to hear what they are, I'm not gonna lie. This Zoeva matte eyeshadow palette is everything. I remember using this earlier on in the year and the colors are so pigmented, like this creamy beige color, so pigmented, the browns and like all of these. The pigmentation is out of this world, and the fact that this is so inexpensive and you can just grab it from Sephora makes it such a good palette. These are all matte as well, which I prefer because that means that I can use like my shimmers and my glitters as I want to. Okay, so the next palette that I'm gonna be using, I'm wearing on my eyes right now. This is by far been a diamond in the rut. Is that what it's called? Needle in the haystack, diamond in a rut. I've heard so much hype about this and I've swatched it and I was like, yeah, it's a great palette, but I just have so many other things that like I have that I don't really need it. No, you need this palette, boo. This is, of course, the Modern Renaissance palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills. Guys, these shadows changed my life. I'm not even joking. These eyeshadows are so buttery, so pigmented. They don't seal, they don't crease, they blend out like a dream. We all know the drama regarding subculture, Modern Renaissance's sister, honey. But if I'm honest, Modern Renaissance, I can't fault. Like these pink shades and these like orange and the darker like burgundy brown, oh my god, it's fucking beautiful. I'm actually wearing Love Letter in my crease right now, along with Sugar Pill Dolly Pop. And that's actually all that I have on my lids. And of course, from the Metal Crush, the pink eyeshadow that I showed you guys. But honestly guys, if there is one palette that I had to recommend for the rest of my life, it would be Modern Renaissance. Hands fucking down. Shits all over every other palette I've ever used in my entire life, except for Kat Von D Shade and Light. If you guys want more of a neutral palette, and by neutral, I mean like neutral undertones, like these are definitely a lot more of like your grays and your neutral browns, and then you have like some of your warmer ones, whereas this is like your plums, your warm browns, your oranges, your pinks, your reds, like those kind of colors. Okay, so my next two palettes are from the same brand, and then I have another two colors from the same brand as well. These palettes really shocked me and surprised me because I've used this brand in the past, but I wasn't too on board with their stuff, but their quality has improved so much. These are the BYS eyeshadow palettes, the Berries and the Peach palette. The Berries palette, you guys. Tell me these aren't the same palette. I see you, BYS. I would say I love the Modern Renaissance more because I feel like these are a lot chalkier than the Modern Renaissance, but these are definitely some of the same colors as in the Modern Renaissance palette. The Peach palette, bomb as fuck. I don't think I've seen, this is like the Naked Heat palette, isn't it? Out of all seriousness, guys, BYS eyeshadows are really good. This palette is like $20 from wherever sells BYS, wherever their stockists are, and it's bomb. Definitely recommend BYS palettes. Okay guys, so finally onto my last two products. These are both palettes by Morphe. No, I did not try the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette this year, just because I just didn't try it. Not for anything. I love Jaclyn. You guys know I love Jaclyn. Like, she's like my sister in my head. I would say the other palettes that I was loving is of course a 35O palette. Neutral Heaven, 35 shades for like $40 here in Australia. It's like really inexpensive. It's like $1.20 in eyeshadow. I mean, the only thing I don't like is that they could have taken out half of these fucking shades because like by the time you blend that shade, that shade, that shade, that shade, and that shade together, they're gonna look like the same fucking color. The other one that I was loving this year was of course the 35B palette, all the bright colors. These shades are so gorgeous. Like some of these shades are so pigmented. I find that the black is a little bit hit and miss if I'm honest, but most of these shades do blend out really nicely. They show up, they're gorgeous. I always use soft ochre underneath them to make sure that they really stand out, and I've never had a problem. So yeah. So guys, that concludes part 2 of my 2017 favorites videos. I am so excited for you guys to see all of these products that I've been loving. If you guys haven't seen part 1, then I will leave it listed down below for you guys so you can check it out. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching this video, and hopefully I will see you in the next one. Fuck, I can't talk.